who's up for another round of Let's Blame Video Games for said random acts of violence within the world as we know it? I know that I am, because putting stupidity in the limelight is something that I love to do. So, recently we have another group, and it's not PETA this time, surprisingly, since they love to just jump all over fucking bandwagons as if they're nothing but fucking whores, and they see money cocks just shooting up out of the ground like fucking geysers. So, this time it's actually a different animal rights activist group, IDA, in defense of animals. They decided that they were going to go after Grand Theft Auto 5! Because, well, that game is really big and making lots of money and everyone's talking about it and it's headline news. So let's attack that because it's an easy target, right? Well, that's obviously something that's going to tell people, go hurt animals. You know why? Because while you're driving around in any number of the vehicles that you either legally or illegally obtain, and you go and hit random animals like fucking roadkill, that somehow is telling the player that that's something that you should go out and actively pursue. So you should go and get in your Honda Civic, start driving down a road, then go and make a hard left and go off into a random field and keep driving. And you see that gigantic hillside? Just drive up that and drive right off a fucking cliff and just start doing some fucking barrel rolls and shit. You don't need Fox McCloud anymore to do this. No. You can just do that. And then when you see like a bunch of buffalo or deer or fucking rabbits or some random shit, run them the fuck over. That's right, run them over. Little do these astards know that this kind of stuff has existed well before Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just that this is the newest case of it, the biggest case, and the easiest target because, again, it's headline news. It's as if these fucking groups have nothing else better to do. Well, they're supposed to be animal activist group, but they're worried about saving all these digital animals because, by the gods, they're dying by the billions. Also, did any of them not ever play Red Dead Redemption or the Cabela games? Something that both games have tons of animal violence in them. But last time I checked, even with both of those games releasing, even if they were both at the peak and height of their fame, I didn't hear anything about animal violence suddenly and shockingly just spiking and going out of control. Here, let's understand something. If for any reason that an individual decided to go and take it upon themselves and go and harm some animals for the sake of, well, I did it in a video game and it seemed really fun, do you realize the internet hate machine would just roll the fuck out, find you, and rip you to fucking shreds and wear you as a coat? These things happen to assholes who are terrible people. You get what's coming to you. Because if it can't defend itself, then there's definitely going to be defenders of justice, and for the greater good that would find you and happily fucking make your day a living hell. But in defense of animals, and here, I can actually pull out a couple of quotes here. This one is from a Jack Carone, and he's representative for Defense of Animals. He goes on to say that it perpetuates what he calls institutionalized violence against helpless animals. It then goes further on to say, the makers of this game have traded decency for money. Jack says, adding, encouraging the darkest impulses of young people is not an admirable pursuit. Lastly, he says, animals don't need any more targets painted on them in the name of fun. Again, these are digitized, fictional things that aren't real. In no way is anybody picking up an actual dog, painting a target on it, and then saying, fire! Because it's not actually happening. In no way do the makers of the game say, you should go out and harm animals. Drop the controller right now and go out and do it. And in no way is this game glorifying that kind of lifestyle. Is there a bunch of violence within a video game? Yes, there is violence within a video game. Just like there is in a lot of other gritty things out there. In movies, even in music, even within books, even within comic books, especially within fucking television and stuff like that. I mean, fuck, just pick up a newspaper, go online and read the news, or watch the fucking news at 11. I mean, hearing about the news didn't suddenly just make me want to go freak out, rob a bank, go and stab a couple people, rape some shit and stuff like that, and light some buildings on fire. No, I didn't just suddenly decide that just because I read about it and saw that kind of shit. All this is another group making a big fucking billboard for themselves to try to get their fucking name out there by attacking something that seems like an easy target that nobody could really argue with them about. But I will argue with you about it because you're fucking insane. You really are. I mean, here, why don't we say this? A little Nyan Cat? Yeah, let's take Nyan Cat. And did you see anybody that was just like, oh man, that suddenly just makes me want to go and do that exact thing? I've always wanted to have a cat that was also like the living embodiment of a fucking Pop-Tart. And it was shitting out tons upon tons of just rainbow electricity type trails. It was just real fucking awesome looking. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I watched the movie The Fly, so I wanted to take a Pop-Tart, I wanted to take a cat, put them inside there, go and teleport them to go and get mixed up together, and then, you know, put a bunch of rainbow-like fireworks in there and fire that little fuzzy fucker off into fucking God knows where. It'd be absolutely amazing. No, nothing like that actually ever happened. But somebody will go and think something like that, and they're dumb enough to actually think, oh man, people actually want to go and join our cause. We're saving the digital animals. It's just like whenever PETA went and attacked Assassin's Creed, because this promotes whaling. Because when you go outside, look at all those whales just wandering down the street and shit. It's just as fucking stupid. Everything that I'm saying, even the Nyan Cat fucking reference, it's stupid sounding because this is just as fucking dumb. Take all of your time, take all of your effort, take all of your manpower, and why don't you actually do something like save real animals, save their fucking habitats, protect them from a bunch of really terrible people instead of worrying about a bunch of video games. Because in no way, shape, or form is this affecting those real animals like you say it is. You think that it could possibly, in some kind of alternate dimension, under like a bright fucking moon, assuming that it's lined up with these stars and stuff, it could possibly happen under the right context, right? No. Even then, that theory would be shot directly in the fucking nads. So. Oh, and on the link in the description, it says, do you feel that Grand Theft Auto 5 ought to be boycotted? And even if it was boycotted, they've already made, what, like $1 billion fucking dollars or some shit? So, I'm pretty sure Rockstar just sit back with their fucking thumbs twirling, just be like, don't worry, we'll be back, and when we are, it'll be like Hostess, and everybody will go absolutely apeshit and scoop it up again, so, fuck you. But, I always side with the group with common sense. And you shit-chuckers obviously do not have fucking common sense because of this ideology that you're trying to go and spread around and try to make people just as dumb as you. So, do you all feel that Grand Theft Auto 5 ought to be boycotted or all the animals ought to be taken out of the game because it's perpetuating violence against innocent creatures that are digital, and it promotes violence against digital animals? But seriously, you can go and vote on there. And actually I voted no, but if you look through the comments, there was definitely either there are professional trolls or people that really are gullible as all fuck. I'm inclined to think that it could possibly be both. I have no clue. But anyway, so I had to go share my opinions and feelings. If you have any, there's a comment box, you can go and do that too, and share the news of it, because everybody ought to know whenever stupid shit is happening. Seriously, just, yeah. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on.